Most people think value is something you declare. They talk about their skills. They explain their intentions. They advertise their loyalty. Machiavelli would laugh at this. Value is never announced. It's measured. And the fastest way to measure it is this question: what changes when you're not there? If nothing changes, your value is low no matter how kind, talented, or hardworking you are. Powerful people understand this instinctively. They don't ask to be appreciated. They arrange their lives so their absence creates friction. Meetings slow down. Decisions stall. Momentum drops. That's value. Machiavelli's dark psychology is brutally clear. People don't value effort, they value impact. Effort is invisible. Impact is felt. This is why many good people are overlooked while fewer, colder individuals rise. Not because they are better, but because they are positioned as necessary. The moment you stop trying to prove your worth and start structuring yourself as indispensable, your value begins to rise. This is where most people fail. They believe working harder will make them valuable. They believe giving more will earn respect. They believe availability equals importance. Machiavelli understood the opposite. Scarcity creates value. Effort does not. If something is always available, it becomes taken for granted, no matter how useful it is. Human psychology assigns worth based on access, not intention. This is why people who do everything for everyone are often valued the least. They are reliable but replaceable. Powerful people never flood the market with themselves. They ration their time, energy, and attention with precision. Not because they are selfish, but because they understand economics of influence. When access is limited, attention sharpens. Machiavelli would say this is why kings were rarely seen. Visibility was controlled. Presence was deliberate. Absence increased authority. The same law applies today. Stop proving your worth through effort. Start protecting your value through scarcity. Predictability kills value. People want what they can't anticipate, what they can't control. This is a truth Machiavelli understood deeply. Unpredictability is power. When you show up exactly how people expect you to, you become part of the background noise. You're comfortable, but you're also easily dismissed. They know what you will do, how you'll react, and when you'll be there. That is the opposite of valuable. Psychologically, humans value mystery. When something feels predictable, it loses urgency. The moment something can be assumed, it becomes disposable. Powerful people understand this. They never let themselves be predictable. They keep their actions, words, and intentions uncertain. They make people guess. This doesn't mean playing games or being dishonest. It means structuring your actions in a way that people cannot foresee every move. Become unpredictable. Make them wonder, make them adjust, and watch how your value skyrockets. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more. If you want to increase your value, you have to stop adjusting yourself for others. Powerful people set boundaries, not excuses. Most people bend their rules, stretch their limits, and overextend themselves because they fear rejection. They want to be liked, to be seen as accommodating. But true value comes from the power to say no. When you allow others to push your limits, you allow them to define your worth. They begin to take you for granted. Psychologically, humans respect boundaries because they show that you value yourself. When you set strong boundaries, people respect them. When you constantly compromise, people disregard them. Setting boundaries isn't being rude. It's making your standards non-negotiable. Be clear about your boundaries and enforce them consistently. Make people adjust to you, not the other way around. They'll either respect your standards or leave. This is how you gain value without playing games. Thanks for watching. Here's a powerful truth. Absence is the ultimate form of power. Most people make themselves too available. They are constantly present, always eager to help. And while this seems like a strength, It's actually dangerous. Availability lowers value. As Machiavelli understood, the more someone is available, the less they are respected. People who are always there are often taken for granted. Their presence becomes expected, insignificant. On the other hand, when you are strategically absent, people start to feel the weight of your presence. They miss it. Psychologically, humans are driven by loss aversion. When something is taken away, it becomes more valuable. Your absence creates longing, and longing creates respect. When you control your presence, people have to earn your attention. You become the prize, not the one constantly giving. The balance shifts. Your scarcity is your strongest tool. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more. Here is the shift that separates the powerful from the powerless. Emotional detachment. Most people lose value the moment their emotions become visible and reactive. They get offended easily. They seek reassurance. They explain themselves when challenged. And every emotional reaction becomes a handle others can grab. Machiavelli understood this with brutal clarity. Whoever controls your emotions controls you. The moment people realize they can trigger you, you become predictable. And predictable people are easy to manipulate. Detachment removes that leverage. This doesn't mean being cold or heartless. It means your emotions no longer dictate your behavior. You feel, but you don't obey. Psychologically, emotional detachment signals strength. Humans instinctively respect those who remain composed under pressure. When you stop reacting, insults lose power and manipulation collapses. People no longer know how to move you. That uncertainty increases your value instantly. The person who reacts less holds the higher position. Always. Detach and your value multiplies without effort. Here is the shift that separates the powerful from the powerless. Emotional detachment. Most people lose value the moment their emotions become visible and reactive. They get offended easily. They seek reassurance. They explain themselves when challenged. And every emotional reaction becomes a handle others can grab. Machiavelli understood this with brutal clarity. Whoever controls your emotions controls you. The moment people realize they can trigger you through disrespect, silence, praise, or withdrawal, you become predictable. And predictable people are easy to manipulate. Detachment removes that leverage. This doesn't mean being cold or heartless. It means your emotions no longer dictate your behavior. You feel, but you don't obey. Psychologically, emotional detachment signals strength. Humans instinctively respect those who remain composed under pressure. When you stop reacting, insults lose power and provocation fails. People no longer know how to move you, and that uncertainty instantly increases your value. Detach and your value multiplies without effort. Thanks for watching.